I will protect you.
Quake!
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Solidify!
By royal decree! Stand clear! Look at this! It's filled halfway with...
It just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god...
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
able to produce endless salt. The god of...
Finally! After all that effort, I've found precious... I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000... I can sell it and make...
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a...
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than...
Since we have a contract, it's...
Then let's move on, shall we?
Solidify!
Enhanced animal module 75!
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look too...
This, if I remember correctly...
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice!
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end? And this girl has been useless! Why would she get anything?
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I?
Because you agreed to a Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snej...
will suffer the wrath of the rock.
Caleb, to stabilize! This is order!
By royal decree! Blaze of light! Boing, boom! Jumping down the road! Animal test 63, Animal test 6308, Queens of Darkness, come!
Gather! Order guide you!
By royal decree! Boing, boing, boom!
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the...
Oh, darn you!
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many... When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to... I think we should be honest with each other now. That in truth, not a single member of the...
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos. During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left. We hate him! But this is Morax's, so I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty and... We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Quake! Crumble! Quake! Quake! Solidify!
Stand clear! Stand clear! Dumpy dumpy woo! Dumpy dumpy woo!
Solidify!
Odds revealed! Stand clear!
Stabilize!
Shadow Raven! Black Knight! Sword of
Order guide you! No rest for the wicked!
I summon thee! Animal Tech 6308! Animal hypostasis emulation!
Stabilize!
Midnight Phantasmagory! Absorption test! As a dutiful maid woman, leave it all to me.
This is order! Solidify!
Odds, reveal thyself! Stand clear!
No rest for the wicked!
Blazing delight!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back! Fight back. The power of this sword surely is much greater. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clementis...
Yes. But the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You can...
This logic!
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract...
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired. And the power of the god of salt, no matter what. I must be faithful, even if it breaks the contract. I don't care.
So you are already decided? That is to say, you consign yourself.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth that...
Yes. The truth that I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, rather she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning, but Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, however, during such a long war, after making countless concessions, Havria
No.
in her last days, She had not even a single...
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true!
As I said before.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morak!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear. Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving... The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak... The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of... No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain, those who could not flee. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived, so they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, but they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted...
This must be a lie. A false history! Don't you dare try to shake my...
This is the price she must pay. Yet judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, no, indeed. How sharp of you. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now... Treading old ground. Telling old... One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.